Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Mighty Matt Podcast. I'm Matt Sterling, your host, and boy, we have another great guest today. So spit your gum out, put your pencil down, and get off Chat GPT because I've got from Cal State Fullerton Professor Carter Rakovski. And full disclosure, my wife is a professor at Cal State Fullerton and is a pal of Carter's. So go Titans. And Carter, how you doing?
Great. Happy to be here with you.
Oh, I'm so delighted to have you here. I get frustrated with somebody saying, "Oh, what's your disability?" I feel like obstacles in life require great strength to overcome. So, my question to you is talk about when you became mighty.
Right. I became mighty at the age of 25. And it was a car accident, with just black ice on the road. No other car was involved.
Yeah,
Our car just, flipped and nobody else was hurt, but I broke my back and I have a spinal cord injury. So I'm paraplegic.
okay. And where were you when the accident happened? Where in the United States or?
Yeah, in Massachusetts, I was in grad school. Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
Yeah.
After the accident, can you talk a little bit about how you dealt with the frustration of taking on this new disability?
Right. So, yeah, I think I exercised a lot. Like I felt like I was always into dance and
Sure,
movement and it's like good for my mental health and everything just to move. So,
sure,
yeah, I threw myself into physical therapy. I loved it. And not that I wasn't scared, but the therapist was saying like just, be in the moment. You're not feeling any pain right now. Just keep going in the moment. So just staying in the moment and exercising.
that's really nice. Now, how did your family react to,
It
your
was not
disability?
great. It wasn't very good.
Really?
No. Yeah, it was not our finest moments. I mean, I was 25, I'd been married a year,
Yep,
and my mom was like, "Okay, that's it. Come back home." Like, yeah, it was bad. They were worried. Everybody was scared, and I think that just showed up and like we should take over. It was tough, but I really enjoyed my husband's sister-in-law and my husband's sister, my sister-in-law, and her husband like were really supportive, calm, there every day at the rehab to see me, and thank goodness for them.
that's great. That's great because you need positive influence and people that kind of can help you through those tough times. There were certain people in my family that it was all about protection and you can't do this. And, thankfully, my parents and my immediate family were more encouraging me to be independent. But I'm glad you were able to push through it. Yeah. Sounds like your rehab was great, though.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really good. It was at Boston Medical Center.
Boston Medical Center. Oh, good for them. And I saw somewhere on your profile that you speak Bulgarian. Can you talk to me a little bit about that?
My husband's Bulgarian,
Oh,
and
all right.
yeah, and we met. He'd only been in the country a few months when I met him, so immediately he started speaking to me in Bulgarian, like little phrases,
Sure.
and then I got really curious about it. It's the only language I've stuck with and really learned, but I feel like it's like the power of love, you really want
Yeah.
to
That's
learn
your
about the
love
other person.
language.
Yes, definitely.
That's
So,
so
yeah,
cool.
I still take lessons and I still take lessons like over Zoom I have a Bulgarian tutor.
Oh, very nice. Now, I've been doing a lot of cooking since I've kind of been in this semi retirement. Have you done any Bulgarian cooking?
But yes, I have some Bulgarian cookbooks and yeah, it's fun, especially with my husband being here without his family. Like
Sure.
I feel I have to bring him those comforts of home and like learn the
Yeah.
recipes. Yeah. So we do stuffed peppers. That's probably my best one.
Ooh, yeah, you'll have to make some. Now, having my wife being an academic, I realize how rigorous and difficult it is to get to the level that you guys are at, to earn your PhD, to find a tenure track job. What attracted you to the world of academics?
I was the type of person that loves school. I love to learn. I love to read. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, maybe this school could never end. I left college. So I've kind of never left college, really. I did work for the VA for a while
Oh,
as a
you
status.
did?
Yeah. But other than that, I've been in universities,
Oh,
all my,
that's wonderful. Can you talk a little bit about the difference in the way that you are accepted in the academic community versus the general public? In other words, do more educated people understand that disability isn't a big deal and treat you differently, or how would you respond to that?
I think it's easier, like, when you know people for a long time. I worked at Cal State
Yeah,
Fullerton now for a long time, and it's nice when it's, like, people that know you, it's, like, not a big deal, like, that's,
sure.
in a way, not the most interesting thing, right, or not the only thing about me, so it's
Yeah,
nice just to go to work and people know me, and we could talk about other things, and also people in academia are used to seeing people with wheelchairs because it's accessible space.
right.
And so you're not as alone. I mean, it's still very much the minority, and I don't see many other wheelchair users on my day to day, hardly at all. But still, like when you go into spaces that are less accessible, I see less people.
Sure. And speaking about accessibility, have you faced any challenges in the classroom or in your office environment that they had to make some changes to make it a little bit easier for you? Or was everything pretty accessible to begin with?
You don't really know what's possible to ask for, and so you kind of, you just make do, right, with whatever you're presented with. Like I couldn't pull the screen down, but I would always just ask the student to do it. But then recently I was in a classroom where the podium can go up and down,
Ooh,
and that
nice.
was so exciting. I was like, wow. So you just kind of make do, but I have had some of those nice surprises where like someone else has thought of it. And just in general, after my injury, I was like, wow, I would see all these wheelchair signs I never noticed before.
Sure.
And I just like would like tear up, like, thank goodness these people fought for this, before me, and
Yes.
how amazing. Like just you notice all of that.
Absolutely. I started my job in New York City right after the Americans with Disabilities Act was passed. And I worked at Time Magazine in the Time Life building, which was built in like 1959. So my office was on the 27th floor and I couldn't reach the button because it was so high up.
Yeah.
So eventually they redid all the elevators and everything was fine. But it was interesting to see the ADA take shape and make all of our lives a little bit easier.
Yes. It's amazing.
So, being a professor, kind of, I have Carrie's, my wife's perspective, but what do you love most about being a professor?
I think the idea is that, it never gets boring because I like develop new classes. I learn new things all the time, learning with the students. Like
Sure.
fun to see the new generations and what they're interested in and the way they think about things and have that kind of like debate and intellectual exchange. So the intellectual part is my favorite.
That's great. And what advice would you give to someone that was interested in being a professor?
Think specializing in something that you're passionate about. I have a master's in statistics and my PhD in
Okay.
sociology. So having that always differentiated me. Not many sociologists like to
Sure.
talk to people, do interviews, like kind of that kind of research where I did the surveys and
Yeah.
the quantitative stuff. So that always differentiated me. That should be something you're passionate about, of course.
Sure. Yeah, I think that's the case, right? Do something you love and you'll never work a day in your life. And speaking of research, are you working on anything interesting right now?
Looking, of course, at social media. So, about 5 years ago, I developed a class on social media. I'm interested in the ways that social media brings communities together, but also keeps us isolated. We get into echo chambers and then we don't really talk to people that are different than us. I'm now interested in like college students and how do they manage like wanting to feel connected to other people. The usefulness of it, you can find like people with, spinal cord injury. I can go on and find that community, or when I was a new mom, I found a group of like, parents. But
Yeah.
also there are times when you really need to just be around other people.
That it leads me into my next question because I know you're a mom and I want to hear how that changed kind of your life because I know having my son changed my life a lot. What's your perspective on that?
Um, it made me feel like a love that I had never felt before. You see yourself
Yeah,
through their eyes, which is
sure.
magical. You're just everything to them when they're little.
All right.
So you just feel so loved. And you see
Yeah.
yourself, I felt really powerful. I could
Yeah.
do all these things for this person that needed me. And when they were little, one thing I would be getting my wheelchair in and out of the car, and they would be in the back seat. I would put them in their car seats, and people would always come over and say, "Oh, do you need any help?" Because they see me pulling the
Sure.
wheelchair.
Sure.
And my kids would be like, "Why did they ask me if you need any help? Like that's so weird." Because to them, I was like super person, like you do everything for us, and
Yeah.
it was cute to see that from their eyes.
That's so cool. And when they were infants, how logistically did you deal with that? Getting him in and out of the crib. I was terrified that I was going to drop Frank. So I relied on Carrie a lot, but I was
Me
curious to know
too.
how you, as a mother, dealt with that.
I know, me too. I had they do make things where you like put them in and they can do with one arm and things like get baby carriers. But I was like you, I was too scared. I
Yeah.
never did it by myself. I just would have them in bed with me and nurse them and play with them in bed. And
Yeah.
then I'd have someone else like carry them to the crib and things. I was too scared to
Yep.
do
That's
it.
what I relied on Carrie 100% to kind of move
Hmm.
him around and get
Yeah.
him in an area. Once I was situated on the couch, I could hold
Right.
him and feel comfortable. It was that whole like, oh, he's crying at night. She'd have to get up because I can't. I would totally freak out and think I was going to drop on his head. So,
Yeah.
but he's
Yeah.
alive and doing well. So, we made it through.
Yes, we did.
That's right. I want to know what do you do for fun, Carter?
I like to go to the beach, a lot and, just
Nice.
sit by the water. I like to, like, stretch and do yoga and that
Yep.
kind of thing. And I like to dance.
Oh, do you still do some dancing?
I still do. I mean, just mostly at home, and, I found a dance group with all different kind of abilities, and
Cool.
I did partner dancing for the first time,
Oh,
and I
that's
had never done
wonderful.
partner dancing even when I
Yeah,
was not with the wheelchair.
sure.
But that was amazing, and it was,
Now,
like,
have you
all
ever seen the
different.
Brolettes perform?
Yes. I mean, not
Yeah,
in person, but I've seen their videos.
yeah.
Yeah,
I go to the Abilities Expo every year, which anybody that's listening should go if it's in
definitely.
your town. It's very, very cool. Now, here's a couple of ridiculous questions. What's the funniest thing a stranger has asked you in public about your disability?
People ask if they can pray over you. I don't know if you
Yes,
get that. Yeah, I get that.
I get that almost daily down at the beach. It's
Sometimes it starts out fine, it's just one person, and then, like, one time, like,
right.
they kind of all swarmed over me, like, "Where did
Yeah,
all these other people come from?" Like, I'll have a
exactly.
one-on-one, but I don't wanna be in the
Exactly.
center of, like, a spectacle.
Yeah, here's a message for anybody out there that wants to pray for a disabled person. Pray in private.
Yes.
And you can say, God bless us or whatever, but laying the hands, getting a group together in person, it's uncomfortable to me. And Carter, it
Yes.
sounds like.
Yeah, it's really uncomfortable. Like, yeah, pray on your own for me if you want, but
I actually randomly had a girl come up to me because, I roll at the beach every day. So, I'm interacting with everybody. And on Sundays, they have a church that does a service on the beach. So I had this person come up to me and pray for me, put their hand on me because I told them that my shoulder, I was going through rehab. And then after they were done praying, they said, so do you feel better? I said, well, yeah, I mean, spiritually, I guess, but my arm still hurts. So anyway, I guess that's faith is what you need. Usually close these interviews with a very strange question, but it usually elicits an interesting response. So, Carter, if you were to be cloned and there were two Carters sitting in front of me, what question would I ask to reveal the real Carter?
you would ask, gosh, what is the coolest place you've ever been? And I would say Golden Sands on the Black Sea in Bulgaria.
Wow, that is an incredible answer. It's so cool that I'm going to search it after this so I know what it looks like. That is awesome. Well, Carter, I can't thank you enough for spending time with me and doing this. I think people are going to get a kick not only of you, but somebody might be out there wanting to sort of pursue a career in academia. And it's wonderful that you're out there. Just your presence and visibility, I think, speak volumes about what the disabled community can do. So I really appreciate it. And go Titans.
Yes, thank you, Matt.
Yeah. I hope you enjoyed that episode. And I hope you'll click like and subscribe so you can meet the mighty.